Hi, this video I'm doing today is called The Doctor, Professor, Preditor. Inspired by Elizabeth, who's 15 years old, who just went away with her teacher and got back home recently in the news. This is a story about a violation of trust. Doctors or psychologists are supposed to be people whom you can trust. I moved sight unseen 2,000 miles in 1975, and I was 21 years old, almost 22 years old. I met a counselor right away when I got to Fresno State to help me through my transition. He was in his 50s, and we became best friends fast. He was a hugger, and it almost started from the beginning, from when we started talking. I found out that he was bi. We would even meet for lunch at the cafeteria, and I thought, how cool. A doctor wants to hang with me at lunch and likes me and wants to visit with me. He even came to my apartment. He took me to a gay church in Fresno, gave me his home phone number, and we talked quite often. And sometimes I would call it up at home, and I would have to call later because he was doing private counseling. He talked me into taking a class in existentialism. We were to keep a journal and write down our thoughts and feelings. He met me and a roommate he talked to us, and we all went to a gay bar. I later found out he wanted to hook up with my roommate. He knew we were smoking weed and he was cool with it, but when it got too crazy and there was too much partying and other stuff going on, I alienated myself for his protection for a while. But after a while, after things cooled down and got under control in my life, I started to talk to him again. He came to my house that we were renting at the time. I told him I didn't care about Big Brother mentality in 1975, and I really liked him and wanted to be with him. And he said, well, maybe at first, but first you have to get an AIDS test. And I thought, well, what about you too, Doc? Then he kind of put his doctor hat on, I could tell, and he was getting a little uneasy because I knew that one of his students moved in with him that was taking a class. And he had men and women both write down journals, and he dated both men and women, so it helped him in ways to get to know people. And he could tell that I was kind of pissed off with him that day when he left my house. He probably had his guard up because he knew he hurt me. I called him a few weeks later and he was upset. The guy that moved into his house robbed him blind when he went to a convention about psychiatry. He started going to bars a lot and drinking a lot and being with a lot of guys. He left Fresno State and moved to New York. He went to the opera a lot, and then a year later he died of AIDS. He was one reason why I left Fresno State. If I tried to tell someone about what had happened, he could say he was my counselor and doctor and play the cerebral palsy card and say I was suffering from this and that. And he knew that my mom was dying of cancer and some other things that was going on. And he also knew that I missed my family and friends, and he knew that I had never been with a man before. So my friends back in Milwaukee are the ones I were talking about who I missed. I left school because of him and because of my crazy drug times at this point of my life. But he kind of shook my trust in people and higher education. I stayed inside a lot for a year, but I healed myself through my spirituality, and I had 750 albums to play music, sometimes from early morning till late at night. I healed myself. After my mother passed away, and she fought until the end, and I thought, so would I. I had panic attacks when I first left the house. I bought a 3-wheel moped and signed up for a class in business law and adaptive PE for the disabled out at Fresno City College. And that got me out of the house. I also started to work out. Doctors and teachers are supposed to do no harm, and they're supposed to be people that we can trust. If I had a kids or grandkids in high school or college, I would tell them to be careful when it comes to teachers and do not fully trust them with your heart 100% unless they really earned it over time. I did love again. And to quote the song by the Alan Parsons, the eagle did rise again. I never really did tell this story to my family or friends, but there's no shame in my game. If you like my videos, share them. The first few years of my life in Fresno were crazy, and these lessons have helped me deal with so much bullshit we are all dealing with in 2017. Again, if you liked the video, please share it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye for now.